What's up, everybody? I'm finna give y'all the second part of what I was reading the other day. I was on page 5 and it cut off unexpectedly. So I'm gonna give y'all more story time today of spiritual warfare. Bear with me on this, y'all, okay? Got it right here, and I'm finna begin where I left off. Where I left off, the wife told her a story about being in that same facility with the same kind of mental illness. And the husband, he had some faults too. So I'm gonna begin with that, okay? Okay. I do believe I start right here. The husband had flaws as well. He was diagnosed with a bipolar disorder at a young age. However, as an adult, he was blessed to regain his sanity to later marry his wife from the same facility they were recovering at. These two were inseparable and still are to this very day, even when they were having their problems. The young couple would treat their disagreements as minor setbacks. Sounds cool, right? Well, to be honest, it was cool on most days. But on other days, it was like watching an episode of The Wire mixed with scenes from Shawshank Redemption. You already know how their arguments went from there. Moving on. Their arguments part of the time, sorry, gets them stranger in the mood for a passionate debate among themselves with insults and come on lines. I know what y'all thinking. They are looking like they need a cold shower and a fornication patch on each other's arms. All I can tell you is love shows up in many different places and sometimes in the faces of all who are not expecting it. While in sensual retreats in their minds, the young couple would split up to tend to their patients as the group was still going on. The session would end with some patients enlightened and others questioned about inviting religion into their lives. Most of them welcomed it, and the rest were not as welcoming. The patients that were interested grab a Bible and start reading the word to describe their feelings about their conditions. The Bibles they were holding near them are different versions of each other. Nevertheless, the patients were interpreting the scriptures to their everyday lives. As their meeting comes to a close, the same patients left the room as if they were cursing out the Most High Himself. Ew. The patients were tended to while the rest of the patients were content with their surroundings. However, the young couple asked the rest of the patients about their experiences as God-fearing people. Little did the young couple know that the patients that went into a frenzy were the ones having dark secrets revealed in the midst of the facility. As the rest of the patients were feeling the high of the day and or the medicine, the patients that went to a bad mind state were laying down having visions of the future with their eyes open. Those patients that were visualizing were the ones that died a few minutes later after the dreams ended. Doctors gathered around the dead patients, attempted to revive them. When they were reviving the struggling patients in their rooms, the doctors witnessed the light flicker and the patients woke up talking in tongues. This discovery made the doctors run to a person of faith, run to get a person of faith, to exorcise their demons if the patients get too crazy. The funny thing of this situation is that when the people of faith arrived in the hospital, the possessed patients were still talking in tongues. The people of faith would use their skills to cast off demonic bindings, but with little results. The possessed patients kept talking as the people of faith kept reciting words of prayer, and before the possessed patients could say another word, they were cut off by the people of faith's intervention. Mostly the Most High's intervention. The people of faith read the scriptures from the King James Version of the Bible, and after a few minutes of reading, the possessed patients slowly went to sleep, and the exorcisms were successful. It was also quiet. Hold on, sorry. The patients were alive and well. It was also quiet, and the hospital's power came back on. The scriptures the people of faith read were from Jeremiah 16, chapter 16, verse 19 through 21, in Psalms 23. After the exorcism, the doctors and nurses quickly went to every room of the patients to check if they were safe. As the whole hospital were put on notice about the exorcism, the whole hospital asked the people of faith to stay in case of some more supernatural activities coming back. The people of faith kindly replied that they couldn't stay, but they can come back in the morning and be with the patients that were possessed all days through the week. A week later, the patients were back to health. Ain't that something? Well, just in case you want me to read some more, this is page 10. Just click on the like button and comment below. And I promise you, I'm going to get back with you on this. Peace.